War. What is it good for? Absolutely everything. Trump has declared war on everything from the economy to Harvard. Are people with opinions next?
Wait, isn't that us?
Sure is.
Should I be scared right now?
Only if you hate El Salvador.
Plus, town halls are hitting a boiling point. Is yelling at the GOP America's new therapy?
We'll also have full team coverage of pestilence, gay airport scanners, and drugged up salmon. Welcome to the Fenix News Report.
As you know, Donald Trump has declared war on the economy. And the latest casualty may be Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, or J-Powell, if you're nerdy, in a speech at the Economic Club of Chicago, which is the most boring kind of clubbing you can do. Powell warned that Trump's little tariff tantrums could lead to higher inflation and slower economic growth. Powell said that he is not cutting interest rates right now, which sent Trump into a frothing rage. And after turning on the bathroom fan, he jumped on Truth Social and posted, "Powell's termination cannot come fast enough." It's a Trump impression. Trump has already asked the Supreme Court to let him fire independent agency leaders like Powell. And if they say no, well, I'm sure that Trump will apologize to Powell with a nice, free trip to El Salvador.
Speaking of which, Trump has also declared war on the Constitution, specifically the due process part. Yes, Trump, who has gotten a mountain of due process thanks to getting sued every 12 seconds, seems determined to deny it to everyone else. Specifically, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a man imprisoned in El Salvador after being deported from the U.S., despite multiple judges ruling that he had committed no crime and was here legally seeking asylum.
The Trump administration claimed he's totally in a gang, and he does gang, and he is crime. But just saying someone is a criminal isn't enough. Believe me, we tried.
Trump met with El Salvador President Nayib Bukele, where both men said they just couldn't free that guy, as if they were too weak and powerless to undo the thing they did 5 fucking minutes ago, and not, presidents.
A side note, President Bukele is evil, but also unfortunately kind of hot. But also, Bukele looks like a cross between bukake and ukulele, neither of which should be brought to a dinner party.
Then Senator Chris Van Hollen flew on down there to try and meet with Garcia in prison, but he was refused. Apparently you have to shoot a puppy to gain entry to the prison. Poor Kristi Noem went down there and we haven't seen her since. Oh, wait, I am being told that she is actually back. Okay, I did not know that that was possible.
Well, meanwhile, another immigrant couple who was waiting for their lawyer to arrive had their car window bashed in with a sledgehammer by ICE agents. But I mean, they had to. I mean, look at how that guy was acting, being all quiet and stuff. He's clearly out of control.
Now, this whole thing has kicked off a full-blown constitutional crisis because Judge James Boasberg, seen here being done with yo bullshit, has said the gosh darn government is in contempt.
Armed with the Supreme Court ruling that presidents are basically above the law, Donald Trump has viewed the Constitution kind of like that bad guy from Lethal Weapon 2.
Roger. Diplomatic community.
And then in response, the judicial branch of our government has protected the balance of powers with the righteous fervor of Squeak from Basketball.
God damn it, man. I swear you guys rip on me 13 or 14 more times, I'm out of here.
And if that's not enough war for you, don't worry, there's more, because the Trump administration has declared war on Harvard. That's right, they're pulling funding and they're trying to get their tax-exempt status revoked. Harvard responded by inviting Trump to go suck an egg, knowing full well that no one can afford to anymore, not even him. Touche, you rapscallions.
Trump has also declared war on criticism. He's feeling a little sore after hearing that his approval ratings are dropping like Tesla stock after a Nazi salute.
Take a look at Trump's net approval rating on it and look at the trend line over just the last few months. You go back to January, he was slightly above water with independents at +1 point. Look at this drop, Kate. Oh my, minus 29 points. That's a 30-point drop in under 3 months of time.
In order to make himself feel better, he replaced Obama's portrait in the White House with a painting from his assassination attempt. He's also skipping the White House Correspondents' Dinner so he doesn't have to sit through being roasted, and to be fair, he already looks a little crispy. He's also declared war on CBS. That's right, Trump went on social media rampage after watching an episode of 60 Minutes, confirming to the nation the target demographic of 60 Minutes.
But the biggest salvo in his war on criticism comes from his buddy Seb Gorka, who says maybe you jerks should stop doing so much free speech at poor Trump.
And then there is the other side that is on the side of the cartel members, on the side of the illegal aliens, on the side of the terrorists. And you have to ask yourself, are they technically aiding and abetting them? Because aiding and abetting criminals and terrorists is a crime in federal statute, Rob.
Wait, so if you disagree with the Trump administration, you're committing a crime now?
No, of course not. Free speech still exists.
For now.
Come on. We're talking about the First Amendment here, okay? Free speech. Amendment number 1. It's not the 12th, it's not the 21st, it's right up at the top.
Oh, great. Maybe you can tell the other prisoners that when we get to El Salvador.
Will you excuse us for a second? Okay, so maybe we have been a little bit harsh on the Trump administration. We're going to turn over a new leaf here. How's that sound? We will no longer be referring to Donald Trump as a cancerous tumor on our nation's history.
And I mean, we definitely won't call him Orange Schitler, the Cheeto Bandito, God's biggest mistake, or walking proof that karma isn't real.
And we will stop mentioning the sexual assault and the financial crimes and the thousands of other reasons he should never be allowed near power ever again. Just gonna zip our lips right up about all of that.
And sir, a little tear in my eye there, we understand your frustration about the types of questions you're getting asked by news organizations like ours.
Mr. President, you said that if the Supreme Court said someone needed to be returned, that you would abide by that. You said that on Air Force One just a few days ago. And they said that it must be facilitated.
Why don't you just say, isn't it wonderful that we're keeping criminals out of our country? Why can't you just say that?
But don't worry, another little tear. Our team is here with something that's a little more your speed.
Please.
Yes, Mr. President, Jen Haston, Phoenix News Network. Could you turn down the raw sexual magnetism, please? It's very distracting.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
Yes, sir. President Trump, Jeremy Haston, Phoenix News Network. Sir, you're having an awesome hair day today, as usual. Do you have any hairstyling tips to share with our viewers? I mean, not for me, obviously, but for our viewers? Yes, sir. And a follow-up question, if I may. As a man, can I also ask you to turn down the raw sexual magnetism? It's very distracting.
People have been talking about it for a long time.
Mr. Trump.
Go ahead, Joey. You go.
As a black man in America, I was curious, would I have an easier time in this country with some sort of a skin whitening cream or something like that? I know you have been so successful, with your skin changing regimen.
Thank you very much.
There, that ought to cover our ass.
Good. Can we go back to shitting on him now?
Oh, yes, please. I'm starting to feel a little vomit in the back of my throat.
Now, if you're worried about trade war blowing up your 401k or just aren't down with the fascism, there's good news. Help is on the way.
The fact that no one is questioning his mental acuity or fitness to serve is beyond wild to me, right?
Yes, that's right. The Democrats say that Trump is unfit to serve, and some congressional Democrats are considering impeaching him, which totally worked last time and the time before that. The Democrats said that, given the urgency of the moment, they're working on a very tight timetable with a target date of 50 years from now. Hello, viewers. I am Princess Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I'd like to talk to you about a disturbing trend spreading across the country. Back sass. We have had to take steps to block the backsass on bastions of free expression like X, to silence the backsass of so-called news outlets, and lately we have even found backsass directed at us in person at town halls. So I'm asking for your help to end the suffrage of town hall voters.
What the hell? What are you doing with our equipment?
Oh, hi, Austin. You got back in. Welcome to my show. Today, we are talking to the viewers to educate them about the dangers faced by important people like me from violent, rioting Democrats like you.
No way. I am shutting this down. You cannot take over the...
That's okay. Just go to sleep now. If you want to sit and listen, you can listen, but the protest is outside.
Oh, what the hell? Ow! You tased me.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to shoot you. I only brought my work gun, not my fundraising gun, so I can't write off these bullets. Anyway, Austin, what kind of world is it when uggos like Chuck Grassley are getting backsass at town halls? And now even a smoke show like me can be forced to tase a bitch just to stop all the backsass that I get.
Marjorie, that's called democracy, all right? Town halls are forums where the public is supposed to express themselves. They're supposed to ask questions and generally become more informed voters. Yes, they are often forms of passion, but you ran for your position. You knew the risks.
Oh, you sweet, stupid dork. No one runs for office expecting backsass. We do it expecting kickbacks. But together, with your money and theirs, we can end this suffrage once and for all.
You want people to give you money so you can use it to end their right to vote.
Firstly, who are you to say what's right? That is reserved for the Christian God and his chosen representatives in the U.S. government. Secondly, I have made no promises as to how I will spend the money. And thirdly, the Democrats have been rioting. They are the party of violence. You see, your thoughts and prayers, they're just not working. We need your money too. If you want to end the suffrage of town hall voters, give generously, like your freedom depends on it, because it does.
OMG, MTG, you are just directly
He looks so peaceful like that. A little bit twitchy though. I better skedaddle before he wakes up. Enjoy your little nap. Go! This man was arrested on suspicion of setting fire to the Pennsylvania governor's mansion while Governor Josh Shapiro and his family were sleeping. The suspect was motivated by his and the governor's differing views on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. However, his motivation is considered irrelevant as the suspect is not good looking enough to pull a Luigi Mangione out of this.
He doesn't have the cheekbones.
He does not have the cheekbones, no.
Buddy, and welcome to the Disease Fiesta. Oh, where the best old-timey diseases are back, baby, and all your favorites are here to stay.
That's right. Thanks to Health Secretary RFK Jr., our healthcare system has traded boring old prevention for a fresh new vibe called vibes.
And those vibes are mostly measles, polio, and an overwhelming sense of dread.
Now let's start with some great news. We're no longer tracking things like abortions, cancer in firefighters, or super gonorrhea. Why? Because RFK Jr. laid off so many CDC and HHS staffers that there's no one left to do it. Who needs data when you have instincts, yeah?
Ooh, sure. That firefighter might have a tumor, but do we really need to count them? Can't we just feel the cancer?
Meanwhile, remember polio? Well, the U.S. just pulled funding from the Global Polio Eradication Campaign. So congrats, everyone. 2025 is the year that we're bringing leg braces back.
Hey, but don't worry. He's promised to find the environmental toxin that causes autism. By September. No team, no plan, just vibes and maybe some crystals.
They've also just cut funding for dementia and brain health research. Because who needs brains when you've got gut feelings and Fox News?
And if you think all this sounds like a public health crisis, nope. it's a party. And remember, if you experience side effects like fever, confusion, or spontaneous belief in lizard people, that just means the vibes are working.
Stay safe, stay hydrated, and whatever you do, don't Google symptoms. That is fear-based medicine. Here at the Disease Fiesta, we vibe the viruses out. Yeah. There it is. There it is. That's a vibe. What's that? That's a vibe back. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. It's coming back. It's coming back. Just like polio. Just like polio. Yeah.
Quick Hands J.D. Vance was out there celebrating Ohio State football championship win at the White House. Trump's there holding a helmet. But that's not good enough for J.D. Vance. Old Quick Hands wants to hold up the trophy as if he won it. But uh-oh! You know why they call J.D. Vance Old Quick Hands? Because he fumbled the whole damn trophy.
Vance also had an interesting take on the Iraq War. It was Europe's fault. In an interview with a British news outlet, Vance said, quote, "I think a lot of European nations were right about our invasion of Iraq. And frankly, if the Europeans had been a little more independent and a little more willing to stand up, then maybe we could have saved the entire world from the strategic disaster that was the American-led invasion of Iraq."
And that makes total sense. When Europe sees us making a mess, they should get us to stop. I mean, Europe, you want to help a country out here? I mean, come on. We're drunk, the keys are in our hands, and we are heading towards the pickup truck. It is long past time for you to shout, "Look, a treasure chest," and then disconnect the spark plugs while we stumble around. J.D. Vance is right. Shame on you, Europe.
Hey girlies, it's time for some girl talk. We've got so much to dish about today, so grab your oat milk lattes and your big dumb cups and your rapidly disappearing reproductive rights, and let's get into it. First up, amazing news for anyone who's ever thought, I want a baby, but I want the dad to also run Twitter into the ground. Yes, girlies, Elon Musk is ready to knock you up. According to the Wall Street Journal, he's been sliding into DMs on Twitter trying to get women pregnant so he can have some kind of space army. Try not to dampen your pantaloons all at once. Meanwhile, in Texas, because of course it's Texas, a state rep wants to test tap water for birth control. Boy, please, we don't need it after that Elon article. Also, there's a whole bunch of laws being proposed that would make getting an abortion a case of criminal homicide. So if you have a miscarriage, you may be entitled to jail time and a free pair of handcuffs. That is, if you live, because maternal mortality is going up, way up. But you know what's going down? Research funding for maternal health. So if you somehow decide to let Elon within 10 feet of your uterus, you crazy bitch, you could either wind up in jail or dead. So funsies. But don't worry, feminism is saved because now women can go to space. Yep, Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez, and semi-sentient animatronic Katy Perry went on a billionaire rocket ride this week. Oh, Katy said she knew the optics were bad because the shuttle could have been pink. Babe, your crime wasn't going up. It was coming back. And just in case we thought the girls to the moon moment would be inspiring, cut to Jeff Bezos waiting to greet Lauren Sanchez after the flight, tripping and absolutely eating it on the runway. Face first into the dirt, money jingling in his pockets like a cartoon rich guy. It was the most relatable thing he's ever done. But speaking of space, good news! Scientists have found the strongest evidence yet of life on a distant planet. Ooh, maybe it'll be a feminist utopia. Or maybe the billionaires will colonize it and get out of our hair. I'm good either way, as long as we can stop coexisting. This has been Girl Talk.
In the Facebook antitrust trial, it was revealed that Mark Zuckerberg once suggested wiping everyone's Facebook friends and making the users start over.
What? You can't do that. I need to know what's up with the girl who sat in front of me in algebra. Did her son have a soccer game this weekend? What was the score? I need to know.
Christian nationalist pastor Andrew Isker took to the pod waves to explain why he likes to have men touch him all over when he travels. You see, he doesn't want to be turned gay. He believes that when you walk through a TSA scanner at an airport, you are turned gay. Okay, look, I was a TSA screener for years. Horrible, traumatic, nightmare years. And this kind of thing really makes my tits itch. Calling the AIT walk-through metal detectors and hand wands gay beam machines is offensive and dumb. The cutting-edge research at the TSA Heteroreduction Lab gave up on the idea of gay beams years ago. Those machines you walk through, the ones that check your bags, they're just for screening you and your belongings. Imagine how expensive it would be to add anti-hetero particle beam cannons to them. That's like a 32% cost increase. But for pennies on the dollar, we can put liquid gay into every water line, beverage, soap dispenser, and hand sanitizer in the airport. Plus, we pump it through the HVAC. Also, if you use the free Wi-Fi or charge your phone in an outlet, you'll become a socialist. Andrew Isker is a thirsty idiot who likes to be felt up by random men and has no idea what he's talking about. But the geniuses at the TSA Heteroreduction Lab, they know exactly what they're doing. The scanners are just scanners. But the pat-downs are a gay old time.
And now, how about some news from the animal kingdom? Anti-anxiety drugs may be leading salmon to take more risks. And after seeing a video of one just jumping straight into a bear's mouth, I believe it.
A man in Nevada surprised the world this week by not being from Florida when he claimed that the 7 illegal tigers on his property were emotional support tigers. Dude, I gotta ask, exactly which emotions do you need tigers to support?
This has been News from the Animal Kingdom. That wraps up this week's episode. We'll be back next Friday, but until then, how about you go to one of those town halls and ask some uncomfortable questions about what the hell is happening to this country? Or you can always call your elected officials and let them know you are thumbs down on the fascism stuff. Keep flying, y'all. Love you.
Bye.
Mr. Trump, as a black man in America, once again, what are the odds that, someone like me could be deported, and end up in an El Salvadoran prison? Mr. Trump, have you ever considered maybe taking some sort of trip throughout the cosmos with Space Force? I mean, who knows what you'd find, right? Mr. Trump, once again, I just really wanted to thank you for letting me be here and for not deporting me yet. That's just really, really helpful. Wait, who are you guys? Stay away. Don't you, help, get me out of here.
The following was a dramatization. I have no sexual feelings whatsoever for that cretin that's in office.
Neither do I.